I'm Robin, and I'm a beautician. This is my mother and dad's house. I started living here in 1988. It was real nice. We had it fixed real nice.
My name is Kelly, and I'm Robin's daughter. When I moved into the house, I was about 23. As I remember, it was really neatly kept.
I'm Festus, and I'm Robin's father. Robin and Kelly moved here with us in 1988. We papered and painted and did a lot of things that my wife wanted just so and so. It was like a little jewel house.
My grandma's death kind of it took a while to sink in, and I realized she wasn't gonna be here to, be around.
It took a long time to get over it. After my mother died, me and my dad, we tried to keep it going, but it just got out of hand.
What happened was it just kind of crept up on us, and there it was, and we couldn't keep a hold of it.
I'm Snuffy, and I'm Robin's brother. Someone reported the house for the smell, and honestly, why they waited as long as they did, I don't know. You didn't have to walk into the house to smell it. You could smell it before you were even on the porch. It was that bad.
We didn't think it was anybody's business. We were going to get it cleaned up little by little and take care of everything. But we just didn't get it done yet.
We thought the city would be more lenient than they were, but it didn't matter if it was down below zero. They still wanted us to get in that house and get it cleaned up in a matter of days, and we just couldn't do it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we are here for one reason and one reason only. We want to clean this house out so you and your family can get back in. I'm Matt Paxton. I'm an extreme cleaning specialist. She is going to get to go through every single thing. So every box comes by her, she looks in there. With hoarding, it's about control and respect. She feels like she has no control anywhere else in her life, so this is what she controls. Thank you for letting us do this. I know this is really hard for you to let us in your home and trust us. So we know it's a big step. Thank you. All right, we ready?
Yeah.
All
Let's
right,
go.
let's do it. Wow. When you walk in the house, I mean, the first thing is the smell just smacks you in the face. It's one of the worst smells I've ever smelled in all the houses I've ever been in. This is all cat feces. She was forced out of this house from the hoarding. This is her dining room table. This is where she ate with her family. So this is 3 feet of cat feces. I think really we're cleaning up the cat's house for the last 3 years. And if you and I took a poop on the floor for 3 years, the house would smell really bad too.
Why don't we sit down, Robin, and go through? Okay. Now this has a bunch of mold.
Can't that be washed?
My name's Dr. Lisa Hale, and I'm a psychologist specializing in anxiety spectrum disorders, including compulsive hoarding.
The urine and the mold is not going to wash out well.
That's to keep.
So it's got the bugs that have started.
Well, it can be brushed off.
Well, the problem is they started laying their eggs in the book. All right.
The things we would get a little stuck on are some bags that she felt she had pre-sorted, not understanding the condition of the cats ripping open the bags and how much debris had really gotten in those.
See, there's larvae and bugs all in this bag. Okay? Is that looking all trash?
That one there
Sure
is
does.
anyway.
I think that one is too.
Yeah.
It's for, I think it's all trash, Mom.
Well, found that wind chime in there though. Oh, there's some pictures he'll want.
No, no.
Yeah.
No,
Well-
no, it's got mold in it, Mom.
Yeah, I think this
It's got
is...
mold in it.
You never know what's down in there though.
It's not worth looking through, Mom.
So Kelly, how are you feeling kind of helping with this process now and being able to talk about it more openly?
I'm not sure.
See? See, if we dumped that, we wouldn't have found that.
I don't think I'm going to be able to help her, Mom.
Okay, what's...
Because she's looking through a box with a bunch of crap in it.
Well, we put stuff away and
I don't care, it's full of crap!
I want to cut that bag open
Kelly?
because it's been zippered up.
You can't argue and reason with a brain disorder.
I just told her how I felt.
Okay. But
I told her she was breaking my heart.
Okay.
I told her that before, and she didn't listen.
She didn't want me digging in that box. It was real bad. It made me feel bad, but there's some good things in the bottom we wanted to keep.
That box is covered with roach eggs. Pissing me off.
Those look like in great shape to donate.
They're umbrellas. I want them.
I have a little bit of concern again about the speed of the clean right now.
Our pace has got to increase by about 75%.
Well, we're trying.
Okay.
Is that Grandma's?
Yeah, but it's to keep.
It's the
see.
grandma's Bible, yeah.
We are trying to do it in a way that we would do in a more therapeutic manner. Again, we're in a crisis situation. We're going item by item.
What's in there?
She's looking at every bag and making decisions, looking in every pocket.
Is there stuff inside of it though?
I hope speed and trust and momentum goes up.
So I don't mean to be pushing and prodding, but this
You are.
is all we've got. Does anybody have any questions for me, or are you feeling okay about today?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you'll quit telling me to give everything away, yes.
Okay, and again, Robin, I'm not telling you to give stuff away. We just don't have any way to get through your stuff with the time we have allotted. And I want you to start thinking about what you're able to use, because I don't want you to see in the same position that you're in right now.
So, this was your dad's room.
Yeah.
We've got a couple things we know we need to save. Maybe there's some furniture over here. We're not sure. We obviously need to get a lot of trash out of here first.
Right. A lot of that is just empty,
Empty boxes,
out
yeah.
to the dumpster.
Not to mention all the cat feces and all that stuff. So,
I mean, most of it looks like that. And
Yeah.
It's just
trash.
trash.
I can't bring anybody up here. It's not safe. We've got cracks in the walls over there. We've got holes going all the way through the steps. You can look down all the way through the steps to the sunlight. You know, there's rooms back here that I don't think anyone's been in 20 years. I can see it. It looks like a rat's nest, but I'm not even sure what it is. It's so unsafe up here. It's just, it's beyond, it's just unbelievable. We've seen all week what hoarding does to a family. Now we're seeing what it does to a house. It tears it apart, literally. I mean, the foundation is ruined. This house is ruined. What we're finding out upstairs is it's just not safe. It's not safe at all. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to stop cleaning upstairs. It's just not safe at all to bring any of the guys in here. We wanna help you downstairs still, but unfortunately, we're gonna have to just stop cleaning up there.
That was really bad news because there are a few more things that Mom wanted to save. A lot of lost memories in there.
Holes in the ceiling.
I'm not sure if their expectations are still hopeful that they can move in, and I'm just not sure what that aftermath will be, and it might be very difficult for the family to face at that time.
I just wanted to let you know what we found and what our plans are to deal with the situation. We found a few cracks in the ceilings. We found a hole in one of the rooms in the ceiling. The plumbing and electrical all need attention, need to be looked at to make sure it's in working condition. Furnace and the ductwork also needs to be checked out, make sure it's safe.
The one thing that got my attention was they didn't say that it's too bad it has to come down. I kind of half expected that.
What we plan on doing is look at this, talk about it, see what we can do. Should have some for you within a week or two.
I've been worrying about it quite a while now. So it was good news today.
By no means are they saying the family can live here. What they're saying is you have some time and some options to continue to make the changes that they made this week.
I think it might cost too much to fix it to be able to keep it, and we'll just see what happens.
Right now, it looks like nobody in their right mind would want to save it, but we do. We want to keep it.
I am Linda. I'm a homemaker. I have one daughter. And the house is a disaster zone. It's a mess.
I'm Kristen, and I'm Linda's daughter. My mom has anything from trash, from fast food restaurants, whatever she's brought home, just thrown on the floor. She has a dog in the house. There is poop all over the floor.
The last 5 years, I ended up food on the floor, cans on the floor, drinks. It just accumulated time after time and made a mess. Big mess.
She has no pathway. There's no way you can see the carpet of her house anymore. Things are stacked to the ceiling. Literally.
Yeah, I walk over everything, bare feet. I got used to walking over plastic and cans and orange juice bottles. Yeah, I hold on to the chair, I hold on to the boxes, hold on to the plastic bins. I got to the sofa, I just collapsed.
The bathroom stopped working, and I've heard that she was using a bucket.
The toilet doesn't work, no bathroom water. Everything's broke. It's hell. It's hell living here.
I don't know why she wants to keep things in hoard. I just know my mom's been depressed for as long as I can remember. That also made my mom's hoarding worse. When I was growing up, the house was already showing signs of her hoarding. I couldn't take it anymore. I left home when I was 17. I had kids by the time I was 21, and I stopped drinking, traded one habit for another, and became hooked on painkillers. I screwed up a lot because of my drug usage.
I'm Shantae, and I'm Linda's granddaughter. I was at school, and I got called onto the office. They said, here to ride bus home. I walked in and like everybody's crying and sat down and I was like, what's going on? And they're like, your mom got arrested. I just instantly broke down. I started freaking out, banging my head off walls, everything. And I was like, what do I do?
I'm Dallas and I'm Linda's grandson. I didn't know, because I was young, I didn't know like what was going on. I thought my mom was gonna be gone for like a week. So then next thing you know, she's in prison for 2.5 years.
The very thing that I hated most now my kids were going through.
It was a big responsibility, and especially at my age. And my husband was so sick at the time with the congested heart failure. So I had full responsibility by myself, taking care of the kids.
Back then, the piles were about 2 feet on the ground. There was always cans, drinks, wrappers from restaurants, food, dog feces, Some days I'd sleep on the recliner. Sometimes you'd sleep on the couch.
Living there, I slept on the floor on like a hospital mattress that my grandpa had.
I talked to my kids on the phone while I was in prison. The things I would hear literally tore me up. You don't want your kids to ever go through that. I could not let her go back. She was buried alive, living in filth. It absolutely turned my life upside down because I turned into the OCD person of, I don't want my house to look like her house. So I'm not sleeping, I'm not eating, I'm staying up cleaning nonstop, waiting on her, picking up her mess.
It's a lazy mentality. She just wants to lay around, throw her trash on the ground and not pick it up ever,
And I was having to take stuff away from her. The kids were having to take trash away from her that she was not wanting to get rid of.
Well, welcome everybody.
Thank you.
Hello, hello. Are we ready to get started today?
Yes. I'm Dorothy Brenninger. I'm a professional organizing expert and I specialize in hoarding.
So basically, if it's broken,
Throw
it
it
should
away.
go.
Yes.
If it's soiled,
Throw it away.
if it has dog dew all
Throw it
over
away.
it, throw it away.
Yes.
Got it. So it sounds like you're in a pretty good space and you know what to do.
Oh, yes.
All right?
Yay.
So
I'm proud of you.
everybody, are we proud of Linda? Yes, yes. So you're going to be sitting over there. We're going to parade right on by. Okay, are we clear, everybody? Yes. All right. I want you wearing masks. I want you in gloves. Everybody, that way. Let's go. Linda, and I'll help you out. We're going to start handing things out as you go by Linda. Show her items and then put it on the truck. But basically, everything should be tossed. Clear?
Yeah, go.
Great.
Yeah, go.
Go.
Keep. Yeah,
All
keep.
of it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, over there. Now, this is the house you wanted to see. Can you see all of the feces?
SOS pads wouldn't help.
Think about this. Animals have been pooping and peeing on this, and you want to clean it to give it to a child who's going to touch it, potentially put their fingers in their mouth. You can never give a child something that is covered.
See that. Get rid of it. Yeah, I see it now.
Okay?
Can someone take this and put it on the truck, please? Thank you.
Everything in that house has in fact been contaminated. See, this is all poop.
Yeah.
And that's urine from the rodents and everything. There isn't anything that could possibly be in there unless you think there's jewelry or something of value in which they can go through it. But I don't want them to go through it here because all the the feces is gonna come flying at us with the
Okay.
wind.
All right.
So permission to go?
I don't need it.
Okay. The reality is the percentage of stuff that she can hold on to is gonna be not even close to being proportional to what has to go.
I want you to take a whiff of this for a second, okay?
Mildew, isn't it?
Urine.
I'd like to put that one in the wash machine.
Okay. This is one of those things you're gonna have to let go of.
Those were nice Christmas gifts, and they can be washed and laundered.
Nothing will clean this.
Yes, they will. I've been to the laundromat many a times.
You don't need that. It's contaminated. You've got to let it go. It's replaceable, okay?
And I love my blankets.
I know, and they can be replaced too.
And they're beautiful, but look.
You can't get that out.
Linda and Kristen do not communicate well. In fact, they don't even make eye contact when they're talking to one another.
I don't want to argue. I'm getting tired.
I want everything to go.
You want it all to go. Can you just tell that to your mother, please?
If it can be replaced, get rid of it. Get the out so we can assess the
We are
damages.
doing that. I know that. I've heard it in your mouth. I've heard it, yes. We're getting rid of the stuff. Look at the truck.
Okay.
Linda's doing a lot of hiding behind her sunglasses so that she doesn't really have to share her feelings and deal with some of the painful emotions that she's pushed down.
Dallas, can you take off your mask for me? Because I want to talk to the two of you. My question to both of you is, I'm looking at all of this, feces and all sorts of nasty.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing all sorts of clothes, probably from when you were kids. Was this the stuff that you were sleeping in and walking on and living in when you were living here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Was your clothing soiled like this? I mean, how did you pick out clothes to go to school?
We had bins.
You had bins.
Like those, totes like those. We kept our clothes in them.
Come on in, Kristen. I'm asking the question if this is the kind of stuff that they were
She
dealing
had clean
with.
clothes every day, both
No, we
kids
didn't.
did.
No.
Well, that's what I'm...
Speak up, Dallas. Speak up.
We did not have
We went
clean
to the
clothes.
laundromat every week down here, and Shantae knows I spent about $40 a week doing the laundry each week.
My opinion of what she was saying about the past, I think she was lying because, I mean, I was there, I witnessed it. She's just got something wrong in her head, really.
She had clean clothes, you can ask the teacher. And Dallas had clean clothes.
Linda is rewriting her own narrative about what exactly happened.
She's saying you had clean clothes.
I went to the laundromat every week.
Linda is telling Shantae and Dallas, you went to school with clean clothes. And they're coming back saying, yeah, we went to the laundromat. The problem is we were living with mice and cockroaches and poop. We were going to school in clothes that smelled like urine.
CPS got called because of how we smelled and how we looked.
I'm seeing this come out, and this was your life. For how many years?
2.
It was not 2, it was like 3.
3.
Your mom
It was
wants
25 months. I know.
Okay, 2. Sorry. I thought it was
Probably
3.
felt like a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
It's cool. Kind of dirty, but
Just glad we're not living in it anymore.
We're not.
Yesterday, we brought out tons and tons from the house to be thrown away. We cleared the entire entryway. So today, the weather is very bleak, bad, rainy, terrible. We have tents set up everywhere, one for the family, one for us. We're going to have a great attitude. We are going to get this place as clean as we can possibly do it in the time that we have. Let's go. Come on in. Pick a location. Come on in, gather around, and then we'll have a quick conversation. I put down a big tarp in the middle. rake it into the middle of the tarp, take the tarp out, dump the tarp out onto the truck. This is what we're calling dump and dig. All right, let's go. And don't worry about mice, they'll be here. Four of us are going out, somebody else put the tarp in. I'd like for us to now clear the dining room and the kitchen. There's no debating it. It's just going on the truck. Let's go. I'm really excited to get into the dining room because I'm sure that the worst of this is over. How much worse can it get? And as we start cleaning it out, horror of horrors, I'm seeing a hook screwed into the wall, and I'm seeing chains and a leash. This is what is disturbing.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me what I'm seeing, please.
The dog that she had the most hurt from losing, she kept the dog chained up right here.
And there's another whole chain of...
That's where I rescued one from over there. I mean, it's skin and bones, and it was like learning how to walk again, basically, from being on, what, that much chain? And like every dog she gets, she ties up.
Every dog she gets, she chains up.
Linda's dogs were chained. They were urinating and defecating all in the same spot. The fact that she had them chained up is very concerning because she truly believes she was providing adequate care for these dogs.
Good dog.
Lord knows how long that dog was there, was eating, pooping, and living in a six-inch line of rusted chain.
This is the one that was chained here, is the one she was most attached to.
The one that she was, you're hearing that, right, Doctor? The one that she was most attached to, she chained here.
Based on the response she had to all that waste that was in there, which was no response, she had no reaction at all to what we were all seeing. I think that she needs a psychological evaluation because I do believe the more time I spend with her that she has the early stages of dementia. I truly think she's a danger to herself, quite frankly.
It's raining again today. And I don't know how it happens, but when the odds are against us, the odds are against us all the way. But we are committed to doing what we can for Linda and the family. Today, it's pretty simple. The bottom floor of the whole house has been cleared out.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so what we're going to do today is go upstairs and we're going to start bringing down all the bins that you have up there. You want to take a guess at how many there are?
Probably 32.
Okay, I'm going to guess it's more toward 100.
100? Oh my God.
Let me ask you this. When was the last time you were actually upstairs?
Yeah, 10 or 12 years.
So 12 years that stuff has been sitting up there, which makes me question, based on what was downstairs, what upstairs looks like.
It's not that bad upstairs. It's not no clutter or trash. Everything's put away. A lot of new, clean stuff.
It's put away or it's
in
stored
the bins.
in bins?
Yeah, storage bins, yeah.
Okay, that's
But
two
there's
different things.
No clutter or anything to rake up off the floor.
But what we're going to do, Linda, we're going to start any minute. We're going to be bringing all those bins down. I'm going to have the junk team and the organizers do a chain. They're just going to hand it all the way off down here. We're going to line it up down through to the sidewalk here. So let's see what we've got to deal with, okay? You're in position. I want you to go up a couple of stairs. Up a couple of stairs, you're perfect. Everybody stand here. We're gonna just pass it all down. Are you all ready? Everybody up there ready? Okay, let's go. Start passing. There's this toy box that says Kristen's Toys.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're going to want to keep?
I don't want to keep anything.
I'm so glad to hear you say it. I said to my team this was going to be a much easier day because all of the human waste and all of the deterioration of the house was really downstairs. But as we went upstairs, we were finding feces everywhere, holes in the stairs. In the master bedroom, you could see through to the attic upstairs. There was just cracks everywhere, and the house is settling. The structure is gone. I have to explain the bad news to Linda. Unlike what we all predicted, it's full of mouse poop and everything up there too, Linda. I'm sorry, honey, but you know, things are just as bad upstairs. Maybe there's no human waste, maybe there isn't any dog waste, but it's all mouse infested. Everything is urinated on, pooped on. You thought you maybe had 30 bins. At this count right now, we've got 202 out here.
202?
We've probably got about 1,000 boxes in there, in addition to more bins. Every other bin that I open is just full of mouse poop. I'm just gonna lay down what I see as a fact. This house is not safe. There is no way you can move back into this house. This house is probably going to have to be condemned.
That's my hopes and dreams of getting back in the house.
That was my hope and plan, to get you back in here.
Yeah, I know. You worked hard to get this done, Kristen. I know that. My main concern is to get back into the house.
I didn't know it was that bad. I was trying to get you back in it.
I know that's my main concern. I went through all this stuff and I can't get back in my house. My God, after I went through all this, I got rid of all this stuff so I could get back in my house. My God. I've lived here since 76. My God. I went through all this and I can't get back in my house.
I mean, it's heartbreaking. I had planned and prayed and had all hopes of getting her back home. I tried. I tried to get her back in. Now it's too far gone. I tried to do what I could.
I know you did.
I knew it wasn't healthy in there, but yeah,
I knew you tried to do your best. You bred here, and you know, I thought for sure that to get back in the house. You did everything. You ought to be proud of yourself.
I tried to fix it.
I know you did. My God, I know that. But I'm proud of you. My God. I thought for sure it worked.
Sorry. I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either. The plan didn't work. I love my house. I really do.
Kristen was crying. Linda certainly was crying. I think today, even though there's a lot of despair for the family, there's also a lot of opportunity for freedom because we have the facts and everybody can start to make sense of what to do. Given that we can't get back in the house to access anything more, we have to leave what's upstairs. We're not going inside ever again, neither are they. It's now time for us to actually board up the windows of the house and put caution tape around the front of the house to give everybody the clear understanding that this house is uninhabitable. And it's really a sad day. It's a sad, sad thing to have to do. And it's even worse to have the person who owns that house and who loves that house watch me doing it. You know, normally we like to take the family through the house to show what we've done. And in this case, we have to stay outside. There's caution tape. We're not crossing it, and we're having our meeting outside. It's the final piece of the day. It looks like we're at the final chapter of this particular project of our work together. Dr. Zazio and I have put together an organizing plan specifically for you, Kristen, to move forward. So I'm going to hand this out, and I want all of us to just run through it because we have resources ready for you. Dr. Zazio and I put together an entire list, getting the family in place with the proper steps in order on how to go forward.
One of the things that we are going to offer you is therapy, because that's a big missing piece. That's one of the biggest things that led to this problem, is not getting help and not being able to ask for help. I've started to research a therapist that Linda can access so that she can continue this dialogue about what has led to this horrific hoard and this house being condemned.
Appreciate every one of us. God bless every one of us, and may good things come to everyone.
Well, and you as well.
Yes.
And you, Kristen, and Shatay.
I wanted some change here, and I don't think I could have done it without help. Everyone done a wonderful job.
I love that house. A lot of memories in it.
You gonna be okay?
So heartbreaking.
I know. Just for the best, though.
I just have to, you know, move on and start fresh.
New beginning.
Yes.
My name is Judy. I'm 66, and I'm a recently retired technical writer in the IT arena. I moved into this house in November of 1990. There is still stuff from 1990 that has not been unpacked, as well as all the things I've acquired since then. It just all adds up quickly. To me, the concept of hoarding has always been storing up treasures, bringing stuff in, and keeping it. There are things you save that have no value, except for emotional. Unfortunately, I keep not just grand treasures, but I keep treasures that are not so grand, and I started hoarding trash and garbage. That's not good. It's a piled up mess. It's not fit to live in, but I was trying to.
I'm Cece, and I am Judy's daughter. There was always an issue. I remember sitting at the kitchen table with my scrambled eggs. There was always just a small amount of space for the plate and a cup, and that was it. Even then, there was junk mail piled up over the tables. I guess I probably realized my house wasn't normal about the time I started going to sleepovers. I just remember being so excited to go spend the night at someone else's house, and they're like, "Oh, we want to come spend the night at your house." And just being like, "We don't do that at my house." And not knowing how to explain that. I mean, you don't want to tell your friends that they can't walk through your house and that that they can't eat at your house and that there's nowhere to play at your house. You don't want to tell them that because it feels like it's you. And I still feel that way.
As my health went downhill, my efforts to keep it picked up and cleaned up went downhill. And it's just gradually gone to shambles.
There is a toilet chair, hospital-style toilet chair in there. It's where my mom's been eating, sleeping, living. She told me that she was tying herself in at night so that if she fell asleep, she wouldn't fall out of the chair. The day that she got sick and we called and had them break in and take her out, she had fallen asleep and slid out and gotten wedged and didn't have the strength or the ability to get herself back up. And my mom had had a security system installed in her house, and she'd set the panic alarm.
The door was locked, and they had to break it down to get in.
They found her wedged in the kitchen between the chair and a doorway, is my understanding, wearing a Snuggie and an adult diaper, and they transported her to the hospital. She had sores on the bottom of her feet the size of ping pong balls. And when I saw her, I told her, I said, I hate to tell you this, but you're gonna lose your legs. I believe, as the police did, that the infestation of whatever insects are in the kitchen bit her, constant cross-contamination from the dirty diapers, and the infections that were draining. So, which one caused it? The bug started it, but it just rolled from there. Had she not set the panic button, she would have died. Yeah, she would have been in that hole, and the infection would have killed her.
There had to be a drastic change. I could not come back to this. I need to sell this house and get out of here.
Clearing this house and selling it, this is what's going to pay for her to have somewhere to live. She couldn't clean it out. She couldn't sell it. It has been referred to the health department for inspection. So very likely it would become condemned. They'd bulldoze it, and she'd be in a nursing home here, state-run, for the rest of her life.
All right, good morning, guys. Cece, thank you for having us here. We appreciate it. As I've told you all, we've got a whole lot of feces in the home. There are some things that she thinks are valuable underneath all the poop. Basically music, bills, dolls. You're gonna see a ton of these things. What are they called?
Bluette dolls.
Bluette dolls. Her limit is this box right here. We've got to keep it. That's as much as she can take with her. You guys are gonna get the poop in the bags and get it out, and we'll reevaluate at noon. Be respectful of what you're finding, even though it's poop. There might be a $100 bill at the bottom of it. All right, let's do it. All right.
There's going to be a finality at the end, and it's sort of scary. But there's could also be a relief that all the trash that is accumulated is gone.
What do you see when you look at this pile here? I'm Dr. Elizabeth Moore. I'm a clinical psychologist specializing in anxiety disorders and compulsive hoarding.
A lot of trash and a few treasures.
Okay.
And that's just skimming the top. I don't know what's underneath.
What's underneath? What percentage would you say is trash and versus treasures, just kind of looking at all this stuff?
It's heavy on the trash side.
Heavy on the trash side. All right, great. After speaking with her, my initial thought was, well, this is going to go pretty smoothly at first. We can skim off the garbage, we can get rid of the fecal matter, and she's not sentimentally attached to that. She doesn't feel like she needs to keep it.
Yeah, how long do you think this has been accumulating in here?
Say a couple of years.
That really explains how bad the urine got and the feces got in this room. It literally ate through the flooring, through the tile. So basically, at that point, we need to secure this room because it's not safe.
Here comes the bone of contention.
Oh. So how long has it been since you were able to use the toilet?
So it would have been about 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago. If you hadn't fallen and injured yourself, how long would this have gone on this way before you decided that this was
not too much
crisis?
longer, because I wasn't able to get in and out of that house very well at all.
Okay.
It's getting harder.
Who are you kidding, Mom? If you hadn't said that panic button, you'd be dead. I'm sorry, but 2 years and you never told anyone. All you had to do was say, I'm really embarrassed, Cece, but I'm sorry. I need help.
I didn't know how to worry you.
You're my mom, you're my family. You have to ask for help because I can't take you to Spokane if you won't ask for help. I can't.
When you're right around the corner, down the block, or 2 miles away, I can ask for help much easier.
Are you really gonna ask for the help? I'm gonna be really honest. This is the hardest thing I've ever said in my life. But if you refuse to ask for help and you recreate this, I cut the line, even if you're in Spokane. And I love you, but to sit here and listen to you say you've lived like this for 2 years.
I have been isolated from family, and I didn't want to bring family in. At the distances, the ones that would come would come. I love you too, and I didn't want to create big problems in your life.
I'm prepared to draw that line, which I've done by distance in the past, but I'm willing to do it emotionally now.
It's literally drippage. Oh. Nothing to see here.
Yeah. How's it feel to see it go?
It's a relief.
Yeah.
The kitchen wasn't that bad until I started roosting there.
Roosting there.
Then everything went over the back of the chair of a night when I was too tired to do anything else. Boing.
Okay.
I just watched her watch that come out, and it didn't faze her. She's laughing like it's no big deal. And it just really hit me that this is more than just hoarding. She has a very major mental illness, and that I can't right now take her to Spokane.
I thought that the house would be obviously not in great shape, but I didn't think it would be this far gone.
Judy has struggled most of her life with compulsive hoarding. But over the past couple years, things declined even further, and she made some decisions that led to some pretty dangerous conditions being made. I'm not sure she realizes how close she came to dying in that house.
This is an awful, awful home, and it would be condemned. It is condemned, and there's no way that we could let this person back into this home.
What are you thinking?
I know she doesn't want to be in a state home, and financially, I mean, even if we do really well selling this as is, you know, it's $4,000 a month for assisted living, and in a year she has nothing. So if she doesn't start in a state home, she will be in a state home. And I know that's not what she wants, and it's not what I would want.
Yeah, this didn't register with her as the crisis that it was, and that's really concerning. Also her response to it, or lack of response to it, I guess I should say. And it's unusual to see someone with such severe living conditions work through things as easily as she did.
I know she doesn't want to go to a state home, but I think that she's not ready for independent living. And I can't take her into my home. I don't have space. I have children that I can't commit to that kind of time.
I'm most definitely looking forward to having a closer relationship with my daughter and my grandchildren.
I know what she wants, and of course, you know, you try to give the people you love what they want.
I'm excited to get a new start. And it's much easier to get a new start when you're in a new environment.
She's not going home with me anytime soon.